Hello. Oh, let me sit down here. Welcome to 365 SBS episode 138, Outside for a Walk. Oh, excuse me for a second. Gotta get filled here. Kind of been returned to my roots as far as the show goes, and just shooting from the hip. And, you know, spontaneous, fresh, however you want to call it. Unrehearsed, lousy, let's not get carried away. It's just going to be fresh. I'm going outside for a walk. In E. Well, I went, see, I'm telling you, it's fresh. Well, I went, here it is. Well, I went outside for a walk. To maybe see what I could find. Well, I went outside for a walk, but I can't walk you off my mind. I sure do love you, and it's clear I'm just a wreck when you're not here. I sure do love you, and it's clear I'm just a mess when you're not here. How many nights am I gonna wait for the phone? How many nights will I be all alone? I sure do love you, and it's clear I'm just a wreck when you're not here. How many nights am I gonna wait for the phone? Do I have to beg like a dog for a bone? Well, I sure do love you, and it's clear I'm just a wreck when you're not here. I'm going outside for a walk, and that's what I did today. I'm getting back to just using my show for a diary, for history, for my grandkids, you know. Tell them what life's all about. Every day, here's what I do every day. I read from Billy Graham. Can you see that? I read my Billy Graham book. This is my diary. And lately I got this for the kids, but I found out it's more at my level. So I'm going to share a little bit. This has to do, I thought, with the political scene. I'll tell you what I mean. Still rhyming. But I read this one. This is actually yesterday's daily reading. It says, quotes a verse, real nice. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. And I'll read it real quick because it's so jam-packed with genius stuff here. Jesus had a humble heart. If he abides in us, pride will never dominate our lives. Jesus had a loving heart. If he dwells within us, hatred and bitterness will never rule us. Jesus had a forgiving and understanding heart. If it's a big if here. If he lives within us, mercy will temper our relationships with our fellow men. Jesus had an unselfish heart. If he lives in us, selfishness will not predominate. but service to God and others will come before our selfish interest. You say that's a big order, and it is. I admit it, it would be impossible if you had to measure up to him in your own strength and with your natural heart. Paul recognized that, Paul the Apostle, of course. Paul recognized that he could never attain this heart purity by his own striving. And that's what a lot of people don't recognize. And remember, because a lot of people who are professing Christians may not even be Christians, or they may not be letting the Spirit lead them and guide them, and then they have to repent, and it's their wavering. So, you know, it's a big thing to do that. If you really let the Lord lead you and guide you, then you're going to radiate these qualities. Otherwise, And that's what, you know, there was a big brouhaha, speaking of politics, about the Pope called Donald Trump. He says he's not a Christian. Well, you got to admit, he was not acting like a Christian, according to this, about all these, what was it one, pride will never dominate our lives? Well, I don't know. So he didn't appear to be very Christian. So you got to admit that. And I just thought of this little phrase here, because you just talk about oxymorons like military intelligence. I don't agree, but you know, how about this? A Christian politician, is that an oxymoron? I don't know. Anyway, that's my little spiel on that. And let's see, what are we going to go to here? Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you. I got this book for the kids, but I've kind of been getting into it. I've been incorporating some of the elements in my show, like the birthday. Today, Winslow Homer was born. And in case you're not real familiar with Winslow Homer, I'll just tell you what it said. Winslow Homer, one of America's outstanding painters, loved to draw in his early school years. I relate to this guy. Unfortunately for the young master, his teacher vigorously resented his favorite occupation during school hours and the little sketches. So there's a lesson to you kids out there. Sometimes you might be doing something worthwhile and you're not getting kudos for it. It still could be a good thing. His family recognized his talent and he was apprenticed, but he didn't get official lessons until he was 23, and he went on to be a great painter. I kind of zipped through the back end of that. And let's just show you, I'm going to show you a little Winslow stuff. The reason I did that, because I decided lately, I think I want to collect some other artists' work. And I might end up the end of my life as being an art dealer / painter. Because there's a lot of other good stuff that I don't have time to do it all. So here's some Winslow, here's one of his. I was really drawn to this picture today just because it was so, I'm going to turn this upper light on so you can see it better. Oh, you don't see nothing there. There we go. There, where is it? Is it in there? There's the camera. I got to move it over there. Back. Okay, I think that's got it. That's one. That's a Winslow Homer. And let's some more. There's another one. Look at this one. Oh, look at that. Fall beauty. Well, this isn't. I should move the camera instead of trying to move the subject. Oh well, that's what you get when you're going fresh like this. Hope that's showing up. And I'm going to show you one more thing. Because I went outside for a walk. And I just happened to see this. I picked this up somewhere. That's where I was thinking maybe I'd like to deal, because I like some of these nice pictures that I get, nice prints. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? And that was actually, it's got a, what's that? Ethan Allen was framed. I think really nice. I might like to see if I can. That reminds me of the cabin we used to have. I just wanted to, see, spring's coming. That's what I think. That's why I was drawn to that. No pun intended. But I was drawn to this picture. It's springtime for you right there. Anyway, we're going to close this down here. There's the classic pose, this little cabin in the woods. There. Now that's a picture for you right there. Okay, there it is. There's your classic pose. Hashtag GBE over and out, Dunsville, USA.